Sorry for all that.
That's okay. So, after we almost did an interview in the bathroom. All right. You all set? All right. Thank you so much for joining me. Can you start off, what a whirlwind has this tour been for you guys?
It's been really, really awesome. It's been our first real tour for sure. We played some supported dates before, but this has been the first time where it's just been like there's just a total like presence every night and like a whole audience, you know, like crazy numbers, you know. And it's amazing because like you have like the first group, Dark Sky Choir, comes out. And it's always really funny for us because they'll be like, give it up for Through Fire. Because Through Fire's got like radio play. So it's like, yeah, give it for Fozzy. Everyone's there for Fozzy. Yeah, give it Joyous Wolf. And it's like, who's Joyous Wolf? Yeah, that's always my favorite thing. And I feel like, you know, because we got signed to Roadrunner now and things are starting to pick up. I'm kind of miss that because it's like, I like the whole unexpectedness because when we come out, the way that we open our shows is a little different than I think most bands. So like I'm gonna miss people not knowing what's gonna happen. But this tour has been awesome. Fozzy has been awesome. And last night we actually closed the show with them.
Oh, that's awesome.
They just gave us their instruments and we're like and Robert's on the drums. And Robert never has a double kick. He always uses singles. So he was just going, you know, like, just spamming a million. It was fantastic. They're the best people in the world.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So how did the deal come about with Roadrunner for you guys? Because, yeah, that just happened, like, what, last month?
Yeah, not too long ago, only a couple weeks ago. We actually went to the offices for the first time yesterday, which is really cool. Actually, last night, Roadrunner was there to come see us there at the Grand Mesa Theater. Sold out show in New York City. I mean, it's really awesome because, I mean, just about 2 years ago, we were playing empty rooms. So it is quite the turn it on its head sort of thing. We were being shopped by our lawyer. Got a lawyer named Ben, and he was shopping us to labels, etc. And after we got our management team grew. Like we have 4 managers now, and they all have different roles. They all do different things, and I have the best team in the world. I have Andrew Goodfriend from TKO as our agent. He's the one who landed us this tour, and they're always getting us the best stuff, and it's because they know that as a high energy live group that we are, they know that we can really be applicable to pretty much any band with a guitarist. So what ended up happening was last year we did our first tours in the fall, and then early fall and late fall before winter, for Christmas time, and we just sort of played. We went from playing the Sunset Strip like we did for years to playing these massive festivals, and we ended up playing Sonic Boom Festival, Louder Than Life, Rock Allegiance, and then we ended it in the Capitol back home in California, ended it in Sacramento, and that was huge, you know, for us playing in our state Capitol, and for all the old people, they're like, oh, the Capitol, that was amazing.
Was that for Aftershock?
Yeah,
okay.
It was wonderful, and so during that time, we just ran it. We made a lot of buzz. We were the only unsigned group on the majority of those festivals, and that's how we were. So everyone, just all the headlines about us were just like this unsigned, the new band, you know. And it was cool to go up and, you know, we met a lot of the heroes. We actually met Fozzy at Aftershock, which was cool right before it went on. It was really awesome. It was like, hello, Chris, how are you? And he's like, I'm great. You know, like this giant man. And I'm like, this is. So I used to play as you in the video games, like, you know, like it's pretty much
just ask him if you guys are on or off the list.
Oh, always. I'm like, am I on the list? He's like, did I make the list? He's like, last night you definitely made the list.
Okay. Well, now, I mean, you guys are going to do all the festivals again this year, too. Yeah. So what is it going to be like, kind of almost like a sophomore year of doing it? Because now you're veterans.
So, I mean, when we did our first festival, we just kind of, you just fall into it. You know, you don't really, it's something that prepares you for 20,000 people. You know, we'd never done anything remotely. We did 2,000 at the Regent Theater back home in Los Angeles. 20K is a lot of people. You know, and it just kept getting bigger by the time the best one, though, was Aftershock, because we had gone through that whole tour, because we had supporting dates in between, whatever. We were ready. When we got to Aftershock, that was our job interview. That's when Roadrunner, our guy, Dave Raff from Roadrunner, he was in the audience that day, and we didn't even know. and we just completely had no pressure and lit it up. It was, I think, one of my favorite shows we've done so far.
That's amazing. And what are you guys currently working on right now?
We're working on a record. It's kind of slowly getting to... That's the hardest part, is every night everyone's always like, you guys have any music out? We have one song out, you know, and it's just like... that's my entire life. It's just... Yeah, because I get that question like 4 million times. Like, where's your album? Where's the album? Where's the album? So I started recording people. I was like, would you say it to my phone, please? So I want to make, by the end of this tour, I'm probably going to have at least 170 different people in this giant compilation I'm going to post
you
online.
Do it like you're doing with fans.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you seen that?
Yeah.
Thing.
Yeah.
That's one of the coolest things. Like people are really digging that. I'm super happy.
And it's so funny because that kind of stuff, like no matter how big or small a band is, that always sticks with a fan, that someone was that accessible to them. Because some artists keep this level of distance.
I'm as much a music fan as I am a musician. So like as I practice, and I practice but I preach. You know, I really like to talk. I love making the connections with people, because you know, even you right now, like you and I are friends for life, because I've met you. You're a sweetheart and it's awesome.
Thank you.
And so is your lovely camera person. Like everyone is like when I come out into the world, and you know, I grew up in a place where it was, the people were very different, you know, and you have a lot of clickiness back where I'm from, and so I just never really believed in that. I didn't understand the point, you know, and like I want to be friends with everybody, and I want everyone to understand that I want to be their best friend. And I always ask people to take, like, you know, you see my collages. They say, can I take a picture with you? I'm like, yeah, I can take a picture with you. And they're like, I'm like, 'cause I want to take a picture with you. I want to remember you. I want to remember you. Like there was a girl in where were we? We were in oh shoot, it was like 2 shows ago. Oh man, right when we got back on, we had like a 3-day off period and got back on. When was it? Anyways, so there was a, it doesn't matter. But like she was this lovely girl, like just a beautiful girl, and she had high functioning autism. And she's just happy all the time. She's extraordinarily happy, and I'm like, what a gift, you know? Like I don't see that as like she apologized for it. I'm like, no, you're smiling all the time and you're full of energy. Yeah, you're a little loud when you see someone you like, but like it was amazing. She was one of the
spirit of rock and roll?
She was just one of the most amazing people I've ever met, and I wanted, and she hugged me. You know, she's latched on for like 20 minutes. I didn't care. I'm like, this is one of the sweetest humans I've ever met in my life. I loved every second. I love every second. Every person I meet, every drunk big dude I meet, I'm like, give me a hug, you friggin'. Because these people are the reason why I get to come out and do this every night. Like, you know, our tour is extended into the universe, you know, into the abyss.
Yeah, I mean, I saw you guys are all the way out through July right now, right?
Yeah. And I'm like, this is what we wanted. This is what we've always wanted. We are a live group, and that's how we sell it. You know, we're gonna make a lot of new friends on this tour, and I made a lot of friends with Fozzy, and I've befriended all the Fozzy guys. You know, like and all of the people that they bring. You know, like it's just cool. It's cool to meet people and to treat them like my friends. 'Cause without them, I wouldn't be able to do what I do. You know.
Can you talk a little bit about the band's sound? I personally think your style of music is what I adore. It's like that dirty, sludgy, kind of bluesy rock and roll, and I love that. Are you going to stick with that?
Oh my God! Yeah, I mean,
good.
Yes, I'm not. That ain't going nowhere. We sort of. I grew up with a lot of that kind of music, with that's primordial ooze. I liked the stuff, like my parents for whatever reason really loved the root music, like root folk music and root blues music, and the very bottom of the discovery wheel, like before like there's recordings and stuff, you know. And I just sort of had to shift through that, you know, like as a kid growing up, my dad had his vinyl collection and cassette tapes, and not really understanding what I was listening to until later on, you know, like, and I came up with a lot of that stuff playing around, you know, like Mississippi, like Lemon Johnson, you know, like stuff that's bizarre, like Mississippi John Hurt and you know, Muddy Waters and all those classic electric bluesmen and stuff like that. So I have an Elvis Presley and the old 50s rock and roll stuff was like, that was my stuff. And I didn't really hear modern bands. Like, I'm talking about, like, I heard them in stores and stuff.
Yeah.
People always get all weird about me, like, what do you mean you never heard? I'm talking about I never like took time to like delve into, like, the first record that I ever got obsessed with that was like a current era one was like Room on Fire by The Strokes. I was obsessed with that record. My sister had it. I stole it from her. I stole her CD player and I went to 4th grade. You know? But I that was the voices that I heard, you know, and then Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin and Bing Crosby and Sammy Davis Jr. and all, and you know, that era of singers, Bobby Darin and people like that. So you get a lot of like, every day I'm moving, I feel happy in the sun. You know, and then you get like, well, I woke up this morning, all the tears in my eyes. And then you get like the poppy stuff like, you know, like, dream lover, please don't let me dream alone. You know, you get all that sort of mix and mashy stuff, and that's how it was for them too. Like Robert, the drummer, he grew up with parents who were very like into. What's funny is like they didn't even know what they were doing to their son. They listened to Steely Dan, and Steely Dan like rhythmically is like they had some of the best session drummers of all time. So they almost indirectly set him up.
They like ingrained it in there
without
early.
without ever knowing. And it's the same thing with my parents. They never knew I was going to take anything from that. You know, as far as like turning it, like how it would affect me growing up.
You have that unique voice though. Like there is a very, very unique sound to your voice.
My father says it's because of this thing that I got going on down here. Better zoom in. Yeah, it's a diagram for future generations to see. I always had a deep voice. I always had a really deep, low voice. Like when I was in school, people would be like, why do you sound like that? And I'm like, I don't mean to. This is how I sound.
Sorry.
I'm so sorry. You know, and so what I learned at an early age was that like even if I was whispering in my room, my parents could hear me. Because your voice just carries, you know. And sometimes some people are just super quiet and you can never hear what they're saying. But for me, it's like I just won't shut up anyway. So it's But yeah, that music just sort of was there, and so I always wanted to do things like that. But when I was younger and playing in punk bands and stuff, like you were just trying to go play at a club, you know, and impress your friends and do whatever was current. You wanted the girls to look at you, and that's kind of what any musician who says they don't want attention needs to go sit and spin. Because I'm telling you right now, the majority of musicians are just guys in high school who no one looked at. I was one of them, I know. You know, you get tired of sitting on the side of the hall being like, well, fuck this, you know, like, you know, I at this point, you know, things are really starting to get real, you know, and I'm like, this is awesome. I mean, playing venues and all over the country and seeing the country, meeting people all over the country. Like last night we were in a Wawa. The gas station chain. If someone back home is watching this, I need to actually explain it because I've never.
Right, well, they all need to know what a Wawa is.
A Wawa is
okay.
amazing, guys. They have bacon, mac and cheese at like 3 a.m. It's awesome. But, I ate that last night. It's great.
Wawa is the best thing ever.
It's really incredible.
We're blessed.
We don't have them back home.
I know. Every time I go to California, I cry.
Yeah, California, it's like, it's bizarre. I'm like, there's so many stoners, and there's a lot of business they're missing out on. They need to expand. They'll put all the chevrons out of business.
You hear that, Wawa? Get on it.
I'll be your spokesman. Get your mac and cheese 3 a.m. Sorry, I got sidetracked. But no, the musically though, like Blake grew up with Police Players, and he grew up with, you know, we all grew up with. Everyone's grown up with classic rock. I don't understand why that's such a weird thing. You know what I'm talking about? Like every new band that steps up and there's like, oh, I listen to classic rock. I'm like, what do you fucking mean? Every football game in the history of the universe has Back in Black playing on it. Come on, if you were at a home game and you were in high school, odds are they played Welcome to the Jungle. Like it's weird, right? Why are we all treating it like oh my goodness, these children there. They had radios too. I wasn't there for that. It's really, you know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean though? Like it's really weird that people are like, oh my god, that was only 25 years ago, 30 years ago. That's not that long. It's not like we're listening to like old Tesla recordings, like Mary had a little lamb. That's my jam. You know, we're not like that's just bizarre. Like like now, music is so accessible. It shouldn't be surprising that some 3-year-old in Wisconsin is listening to Fozzy or listening to freaking Black Sabbath. It's bizarre. It is really bizarre, you know. So we came together with this sort of weird upbringing that we had. We all had little uniqueness things, you know, things like Blake really likes folk music. He really likes like Neil Young and stuff, and Greg is super into like Pantera and Slipknot and
So
stuff.
that's a lot of interesting influence all coming together. I can't wait to hear what the album
sounds like. Yeah, you and me both.
So obviously you guys have the rest of the year kind of planned out.
It's sort of like a dice throw. I mean, we got on this tour because a band just ceased to be, I guess, which is kind of, it's sad to hear something like that because, you know, it's like the band's worst nightmare.
Yeah.
You know, suddenly you exist and then you don't. You know,
Right.
it's like,
Good
wow.
for you guys though.
I mean, it turned out in our favor. I mean, thanks guys if you're watching this. I doubt you are, but thank you. It worked out really well. I mean, every single night, I like it because these audiences always put up a fight, and I love that. I love it. Like I was telling you, it's one of the most pleasurable things in my life is when they play the first song and there's like a quarter of the crowd. It's like, yeah, we get it, and then there's like these other guys. Always that one guy. I don't like this. You know, this isn't what I came here for. That's the guy that I'm going to be focusing on for the rest of the night. So if you want to be the dude that I make my bitch for the rest of the show, just cross your arms and look mad. But I'm telling you, by the end of the show, I always get what I want. I promise, every single time I get on a stage, no matter how ragged, tired, beat up, fucked up I am, I'm going to give the best performance I can. And I want the audience to feel that I'm giving it to them. It ain't for me. The only thing I want to do is the validation that they had a good time. If they have a good time, then I have a good time.
That's awesome. Well, I want to thank you so much for taking a few minutes to speak with me. I appreciate it. And we run a sister site called ageofthenerd.com. Can you share with me something that you nerd out about that we might be surprised about or not surprised about?
There's a lot of things. Not music related is it's still a trillion, I think. I really like Doctor Who. And I'm probably going to get a lot of shit for that.
No.
For some people are going to be
Okay, Rich just told us all about his love for Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes!
I'm giving you
Oh, I
ammo.
gotta find him now and be like, Rich, I'll be the master. You be the elven warrior. Let's fucking do this.
I went in.
Yep.
If she wants in, yeah, she's in it. This is gonna happen later tonight.
Yeah.
Nah, but I can do every single doctor's voice.
That's pretty
Yeah,
impressive.
I do a lot of impressions. I love impressions, and I've watched every single episode of Doctor Who, every single
Okay,
one.
when I interviewed Peter Capaldi, I almost fainted.
You actually
I did.
interviewed? Oh my god.
I did.
Oh my god.
I was squeaking a little bit, but it's fine.
Oh my god. He's my doctor. He really is my favorite. Some people didn't like him because he's not young and handsome anymore. Peter Capaldi is just,
It's the face.
he's just the guy. The eyebrows. He's always looking at you like this. What are you doing here? I'm an idiot. So, you know, like, I love it. I'm a huge Doctor Who. I love science fiction in general, and I love, like, you know, Star Wars and all those things. But Doctor Who for me is just like, you know, that's one of my big life things. Like, I'm hoping that one day I can achieve fame just so I can be an extra in the show. I want to be like just the dude in the background. Be like, yeah. But yeah, that's what I nerd out about. What do you nerd out about?
Me? Oh my gosh, there's really
Besides everything.
Okay, well right now I'm nerding out over Pokemon Go. That's
one.
my current nerd out. But
It's so weird how long it's been going. I remember when Pokemon first came to America when I was a little boy.
I nerd out about Stranger Things.
I think everyone's about
Yeah.
Stranger Things right now. Those poor kids.
I know.
Like
I think that's my current right now.
All right. Well, how about you? You gotta say something.
I'm a D&D girl, Doctor Who.
Oh, you're also in Doctor Who?
Yes.
That's funny.
yeah.
I'm like, she's
I bet
too.
I could make you all sad right now. Do you want me to make you real sad if you're a Doctor Who fan?
No,
I know all the
and-
magic things to say, like, where's Tyler?
Bad Wolf.
As long as you remember the people that you remembered.
Would you like a jelly bean?
You must put the elastic polarity of a neutron flow.
There you go, there's a couple. My bandmates are gonna make fun of me. Can't wait for that. Oh, you're such a nerd. I'm like, I'm proud of it.
Own it. Definitely own it.
Anyways, alright, I'll shut up now.
Well, thank you so much.